People's Experience of Hospital Discharge, Episode 1, Information. How involved and informed did you feel?
When I was moved from the general infirmary to J30, they said you'll be going there tomorrow. Yeah, well, not knowing what was going to happen, it helps you, and psychological. I thought that I was going to do a lot of walking, but not so. I spent more time in a bed.
I was recently discharged from Chapel Hospital. They told me where I was going to go next, but I had no idea. It didn't mean anything to me. I'd never heard of the place. Well, they said they're sending me there because they had physiotherapists.
Mum was discharged after being ill, taken ill at home. When they phoned me and said Mum could come home, so I said, right, I will come and collect her. And then when I went there to collect her, again, it was really busy. They couldn't really stop and talk to me about what had gone off. They just gave me a load of notes. And that was it. It was sort of, off you go.
I went off to the hospital in February for me carpal tunnel. There was a emergency number in the folder. The specialist had it from me. They used to give me a card to take home. And asked me what you going to do it. I thought, so it was quicker to go by bus home. That's what I did. I know what I was doing.
I was in the hospital. I had a surgery, a hernia.
So I wasn't involved in any discussions about anything. We had no contact from the hospital at all to say this is the state your mum's in, this is this. We just rung Mum direct.
We're carers for Royston Cooper. We're both his twin daughters.
I didn't get very much information at all. My daughter's got some, but I don't think they got anything like a complete notation of what was going to happen.
Also, with regard to discharge, we finally got to see a junior doctor and asked what was happening, and she said it still got the infection, so they were hopefully going to try and get him off his intravenous drip onto oral antibiotics, and then they would look for rehab, be it Chapel Allerton or in St James's, but he would need rehab. That was on the Wednesday. On the Thursday, we actually got a telephone call from this same doctor saying he's ready for discharge, you can take him home. We believe it was because it was Easter and they just wanted everybody out, and we said no, we can't.
After that happened on the Thursday, on the Saturday, I spoke to a lady from discharge who was very good. And she said, I was just trying to find out what's going on. She said because she was under the impression she was finding somewhere for him to go for about 4 weeks for rehabilitation. And she said, then I get this message to say he's been discharged. I had an absolute sleepless night, worrying what we're going to do. He's 94, he lives in a house, he's got stairs. How are we going to manage him? What about his prescriptions, his tablets and everything? Anyway, she was very good. She said, don't worry about it, I'll sort everything, everything will get put in place. He will be going to rehabilitation. They said they would let us know when they discharged him. We forgot to do that, so we rang up after 6 o'clock. Oh, he's already gone. So he went to then South Leeds Recovery Hub.
Let's say I was in the hospital almost 36 hours. After that, my friend came to pick me, and then I stayed with her after my surgery when I discharged from hospital. I've been involved in the whole discharge process. They were telling me step by step, when I have to leave. They arranged for everything for me. It was really very great. The information they gave it to me, that was very helpful. They gave me the telephone numbers. They explained me if I felt like, it's not a normal swelling or something, I have to come back to the clinic, or I can call them, whatever is convenient for me.
What could have been better?
Sometimes, and this applies to hospital, they want to listen to the patient sometimes, and they don't do that. A lot of them, they just do it their way.
Communication between nurses or carers or hospital staff and the patient is vital, really. I mean, for people's well-being and just understanding. But they don't have the time to sit with you and explain what's going on. This is the problem. They need more staff. When the family go and pick them up, you know, and have time to sit with you and say, right, we've done this, we've done that, and explain it in layman's terms, not in, there's your doctor's notes, you know, it's all written there. I don't know what all that means, you know. But don't get me wrong, the staff are wonderful.
Should have given them more details what they did it for. Well, else,
You just don't know what's going on. It's lack of communication, and it's that worry, isn't it, that is she okay?
As far as I'm concerned, I think I should have had someone like you to talk to and, you know, really discuss things, go over them. I don't mean to spend half an hour on each little thing, but to really discuss how you're going on, what's going to happen to you. And I didn't know what was happening to me.
Communication, basically.
Yes,
Keeping the family involved.
I looked on my daughters coming to see me as my only touch with reality. Didn't know where I was half the time. When they came, I could talk to them, say, you know, what's going on, what have you been told?
They are so busy. I waited for a long time, at least 4 hours, for the medications to come. They really need a staff. They are in a desperate shortage of staff.
Thank you to everyone who shared their experiences.